I started to freak out when people stopped looking at me on the streets. I was turning 40 and I had an autoimmune disease. I gained 30 pounds. I was miserable. My teeth were grinded down. My eyes were wonky from the autoimmune disease, and I freaked out. And it was the beginning of me working on my self-worth, because my self-esteem was completely shot, and that was a wake-up call that I had been relying on that for my self-worth. And that was the beginning of my transformation. I started to work on my self-worth and have been doing that for several years. And it's what I teach now. Go check out my page to learn more. But what's interesting is that I started to learn how to build self-esteem in a new way. And that is through things that I have control over, whether that's working out, eating healthy, writing, finishing what I start, doing things like that boost self-esteem. Eventually, I lost the weight and fixed my teeth and built up my self-esteem as well physically, because I do think you should feel good about yourself on the outside too. You have to, because your ego is very loud and it doesn't go away. And you can control it to some degree. It's really nice to have self-esteem and self-worth. And I have to say, when you have both, it is extremely powerful. You feel magnetic, things change. But yeah, I'm embarrassed to say that as soon as people stopped looking at me on the streets, because I grew up with a mentality that my beauty was my power. That was a part of my programming as just growing up. It's what the world taught me. And so I do feel beautiful again, but that's not what's most important. What's most important is that I feel incredibly good about myself from the inside out.